Are you tired of winter weather? Let Team One Hyundai send you on a cruise. Buy a Santa Cruz, get a cruise free during our Bon Voyage sales event. During our Bon Voyage sales event, buy a new Santa Cruz and we will send you on a cruise for 2. Get America's Best warranty, Hyundai Assurance, roadside assistance, and 3 years of complimentary maintenance. Take a cruise with Team One Hyundai, Highway 77 in Rainbow City.
Clinic 5 Addiction Recovery. Addiction doesn't look like you think.
My name is Brittany. I'm a person just like you are, except for I am a recovering addict. I found hope and I found healing here at Clinic 5 with the help of the amazing staff and doctors. I see my future bright. I actually see a future now.
Clinic 5 Addiction Recovery. Addiction doesn't look like you think. Call 256-952-2709 or visit us online at clinic5.com.
So my husband and I decided to open Jasmine's Grill and Cantina here in Gaston. We already have a business, it's Jasmine's Lopez Agency. So here Gaston was the best place to open a second business. Exchange Bank made this really, really easy. I thought it was gonna be a really hard process, but they were so nice, so sweet, and they explained everything by detail. And as you can see, they helped me make all this possible. It was really easy and they were always there. They were just a phone call away.
That's rude.
Hey guys, welcome to the Mayor Joe Taylor Show. Jeff Underwood, Jerry W. White.
Well, you know, I'm just excited to be in the presence of greatness, right? When you think of the greatest city in these United States of America, you might as well have the greatest mayor.
Correct.
Mayor Joe Taylor, welcome.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Notice the
That was a
sword.
lot,
I
you
kind of
know.
paused.
Do you think he was talking about Larry?
Yeah, no.
They got new parking coming, though. I
Yeah,
saw
that's
that.
right. Yeah.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah, that's good.
Tear some bills
Larry's
down.
doing some big things over there.
But hey, during Heritage Day, that's where he's parking.
You know, that's
No
right.
question.
Yeah, he'll get that front part.
By God.
He needs to.
Does he have his own entrance to his new office there?
I don't know. I need to ask him that. You know, I don't have one.
You don't have an
No,
entrance? You have
no.
to walk through like common
I have to
people.
walk like a long way.
What?
Yeah. Well, when I first got there the first day, big mistake. I walk in, I pull in, and I'm in a parking spot, and it says Mayor's Parking. I'm like, I can't do that. So I pull up the sign, I throw it behind in the flower bed, and I call the Parks and Recreation guy, Philip, and I said, hey, come get this sign. You know, I don't need any parking. I should have kept that. It was a good parking spot. Yeah. But I'm trying to do. I'm going in there thinking I'm going to do all the right things. And hey, parking doesn't have anything to do with ethics. I should have just taken the good parking.
Exactly. But that's smart though, because if your sign's not there, people ride by to see if you're there.
Yeah,
they
that's
don't.
right.
They don't.
That sign, if it's showing from the road, they know you're not there.
You should leave the sign up and never park there.
Right.
See,
that'd be something.
Jerry would park there.
I'm gonna
on
keep
purpose
him
and
guessing.
walk to
Yeah.
work.
Oh no! See, I'm just the opposite. I've always been this. I never parked where I should park. Right. When I was at DirecTV and over all those different businesses, every office we had, front door, front park. Mm-hmm. I would park it farther away if I possibly could.
That has changed.
It's a leadership topic.
But it's changed because at GAD you used to park on the sidewalk there at the shopping center.
Oh, that's true.
And
Because I had to get ready because there's going to be gunfire over there, right? That's before it was cleaned up and everything.
And then here at the church he parks darn near at the front door. He goes right past the awning and sits right there.
Coming from the man who parks under the awning.
You shut your mouth.
Yeah.
And then at the title church, he will back in right by the front door. Is that the same reason? Because
Well, you can't elbow the senior citizens if you don't pull in their parking spot.
You know, I got to be able to get to
You
the
gotta nudge them out of the
Sizzler.
way.
You know, I just need that one step so I get the Sizzler. Mr. Mayor, welcome.
Thank you.
First of all, let's talk about the meeting last night.
Oh yeah, we had a great meeting.
And this is what I want to bring out first. It was a good meeting. Your clerk cracks me
Yes.
up. So she had my full attention,
Yes.
right, when this is going on. And Joe, was, he's a fish. Bam, bam. At one point, she's like,
Yeah,
it was fast. It's like, slow it down.
yeah.
Calm
She
down.
said, I can't get all this written down.
Yeah, I mean, it was,
And
Joe was moving it.
Yeah,
It
it's
was
just
good.
I we don't rehearse it, but we actually do go over it in pre-council to make sure that we don't take any votes or anything. We just really make sure everybody's questions are answered.
Sure.
You know, me and my staff, we put out a very thorough financial report to our council members, so they know every dollar that's coming in and out of that city hall. And so if they have any questions, that's the time for it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we go down to affirm all of the things that we already know and all of the information that they've already received, and it works that way. But Beth will tell me, hey, slow it down.
It was quick.
You know, and she called me or checked me up last night, and where I was about to do like a public hearing on different ordinance, and she said, no. And she's very, very discreet about it. She'll tap that table, and when she taps that table, that means pay attention. You know.
so you don't tell her when you want you to slow down, just go back and watch YouTube.
No, because she'll just let you know that's not what we're doing here. You know.
That's awesome.
But I will
She
say,
lets me believe I'm in charge.
Well, darn right.
just like Kenneth Payne,
That's right.
same thing.
Kenneth lets me believe that I'm the mayor.
Joe said, this is the only time I feel like I am the mayor.
Yeah.
Here in council meeting, I'm leading the meeting.
Yeah, I get to push Kenneth around.
That's
That's
so
the only
funny.
day in the month that I get to push him around.
Honestly, you guys showed so much grace last night to the judge. I'm not going to bring his name, it doesn't matter, but you were sincere.
Mm-hmm.
All the council was sincere about what was going on, what he was saying, engaging. That was it's one of those moments like, man, that's my council, that's my mayor. It was good.
Well, I tell everybody that, I spent 25 years on a fire truck in the city of Gadsden, and there were only two rules. One was that we're here to bring calm to chaos. That that is that when we get there, if we're freaking out, everybody begins to freak out even more. And so let's just bring calm to that chaos. And the second thing was to protect everybody's dignity, no matter what they did, who they were, how much money they had, or how much money they didn't have. We protect people's dignity, and when you come to our council meeting, we don't try to tell you the direction that your conversation should go. We don't censure people. That's not our job. Our job is to make sure that people get to come to their city hall and speak their mind, and we give them that opportunity to do that. And if that takes a couple more minutes, hey, we got all night. They pay us supposedly 24 hours a day.
Wow.
7 days a week. Yeah, we had a constitutional auditor that came in and he told me, I met him in the parking lot, just happened to run up on him. I think he had been up to another city hall and he popped off and said something about he said, I pay your salary. And I went, you should be ashamed of yourself. I said, if that's all you're paying me,
That's great.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
Oh, that's good stuff right there. Joe's quick-witted, man.
I need to say that to you.
That's good.
Be ashamed of
Yeah,
yourself.
you should be ashamed of yourself.
Thanks, buddy.
It's that moment of silence.
Yeah, man. Say how he does.
Boy,
that.
he does. He knows how to place that in there.
Yeah. He just does it.
So we're going to play a little game today, Joe.
Okay, let's do that.
Play a little game because I think people need to know their mayor a little better.
Okay.
So this is going to be just a quick fire
All right.
of questions, stuff
Okay.
that people want to know.
Okay.
So no political answer. So we'll move your political hat away from this. Is straight
Okay.
Joe Taylor.
Yeah.
Not Mayor Joe Taylor. This is straight Joe
This
Taylor.
is Joe Taylor.
Favorite restaurant in Rainbow City?
Oh, boy.
I didn't say it was going to be easy.
Man, there's two.
Okay. You're the mayor.
Jefferson's and Union Jack.
Okay.
I'm a big lunch guy with Jefferson's at least twice a week. And now I eat at all the restaurants, obviously. And, boy, I got to throw Cape Side in, too. Because Cape Side, if I'm carrying somebody that's coming to town, I'm carrying them to Cape Side. It's kind of quiet. It's great food. And not often you can get seafood in the middle of the day. That's always a great thing. So,
And you can.
and Union Jack, I mean, if they ever put those breakfast tacos on, I mean, you got to go get that.
Great coffee.
Oh yeah,
Great coffee.
they're just good people too.
All right. What is Joe Taylor's favorite memory from being a firefighter?
Oh man, I guess it would be that it was me and we were two crews. We had Rescue 1, Engine 1, and a truck had rolled over on its side down on 759. We get there and there's an older gentleman that was driving the truck, and he was laying there and obviously needed some medical attention. And I was holding C-spine on the guy, and Mike Bolton was going down his body doing an assessment, making sure what's broke, what's not. And he gets down to the guy's legs, and of course I'm looking down the line of the man's body, and Mike gets to his legs and says, "You feel anything here? Any kind of pain, anything?" Guy says, "Nothing on the left side." And Mike looks up at me like, "Okay, we're on to something now. You know, we got a back, a spinal injury or something like that." And he keeps going down, and Mike says, "Still nothing." He said, "Nothing." And I looked down at the guy's ankle, and I said, and I'm looking at Mike like, you know, look at his ankle right there. Mike never does. Mike says, "So you don't feel anything in your left leg?" And the guy says, "No." He said, "That leg got cut off, you know, probably 50 years ago." And I could see the knuckle on his prosthetic, and so you know, of course, I've never let him live that down, and yes, and it was too much, you know. And the guy never checked up. He really never like.
I was in the story, by the way. I was in the story.
Yeah, yes.
Oh,
I'm talking. We could have put music behind
Yes,
that.
it was. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. You can't ask me if you don't want to know.
that's why I don't know the answers to these things, right? These are just questions. All right. Why did Joe Taylor decide he wanted to be mayor of Rainbow City?
I tell people this, and I know it sounds like a bad answer, but I probably did it for all the wrong reasons. I had Tim Ramsey had gone to the county commission. That left an opening on the Rainbow City Council. I went and bought a suit, spent a lot of money on it, had a resume made up, and I applied for the job to be in that council opening. And I got up there, and I think there was some home cooking, and that's okay, but they ended up putting somebody into the position and rejected me, and it made me so mad that I decided to run for mayor. And you know, and that's probably the worst reason to run for mayor, but
As good as any.
you know, I just thought, you know, if I'm ever going to change things, if I'm going to be a part of the political system and be community, you know, help this community drive forward, maybe it'd be better to take the wheel and not just be on the bus, you know. And so that's kind of my reason. That may not be you know, it wasn't because I was on a battlefield somewhere and I just thought about Rainbow City. It's nothing like that. It was that's very sensational. But what I did was just to look at it from a business perspective. Can I add anything to it? And you know, and everybody knows that I went and met with the current mayor at the time and told Terry John, I said, "Look, I'm going to run for mayor. I'm not running against you. I don't think you're a bad person or anything. I'm just going to run to try to get this job and move the city forward." I saw that there was growth potential in the city, and not lived here but 3 years, so that at that time, and that wasn't a good idea necessarily because it's, you know, this is a small town. You know, people talk about Atala, Hope's Bluff, and
Sure.
how everybody's very, you know, tight knit community. This was a very tight knit community, but they received me well, and I think it was, you know, my hashtag was "It's time." And I think, well, obviously it was time. So
I remember the cold, rainy meeting at the ball field over here.
Mm-hmm.
That was that's when he won your mother and Rick Neal over.
Yeah, I think so. One of the meetings somewhere.
yeah,
that was it.
I went into that. It was a little like a daytime rally thing.
Yeah.
It was kind of real windy and overcast, and I really thought going to that, I just need to go over there and just, you know, speak my piece and hope I don't lose any votes. And I actually did win some votes that day. I had some people come up and say they didn't know me, didn't know who I was, you know. And there's a couple of Joe Taylors in town, you know, so they probably were thinking about some guy that had, you know, taken their chicken coop or something, broke their chicken coop or something. And that's not that one.
Wasn't getting that vote.
Wasn't me, yeah.
Jeff, feel free to fire away
No,
your questions.
I will make a comment. That my parents said it was because your boldness and honesty, and that made them like you because you didn't sidestep anything. which
Yeah, I don't do a lot of that. I'm not very
can say
good at
that's true.
sidestepping. I try to think that I've got pretty good timing and comedic timing, but other than that, I'm pretty straightforward. I take my own mistakes and try to learn from them, and I make quite a few of those. So,
Alabama, Auburn.
Auburn.
All right.
Spent a lot of money down there, putting my daughter through college. I got my stepdaughters down there right now. And,
better say.
I'm gonna get
War Eagle.
I'm gonna get some of my money back somewhere, somehow.
Just know when I say this next question, this is not a Jerry White question.
Okay.
All right.
that means it is.
No, it's
means
not.
it-
No. You guys got to read it yourself.
Okay.
Is Milo's ever coming to Rainbow City?
Yes.
See,
I knew it was.
It's inevitable.
I knew it was.
I mean, it has to.
Yeah, why would it not?
But I can name any other 10 or 12 other national chains that are going to have to locate here. They have to.
Why would you not want to be in
we
Rainbow
have the
City?
traffic count, we have the people, we have the median income, and those are the three things that they're looking for. We have location. So they can decide not to come, and some of their
Bad decisions.
some of their other people, that their competition is going to come here and take that money.
Samuel Ray says roll tide.
Roll Tide. What?
see. Is Rainbow City getting a hotel?
Rainbow City has to get a hotel. We did a study. It's one of the first things that I did in office was that we hired a company to do a hotel study. You do a hotel and lodging study. It came back that we need 140 rooms in Rainbow City. Now that was speculating on the soccer complex and of course it did not take into account the Challenger Center and some things that are going to cost them overnight, nor did it take in the construction needs of the mega site when it comes online, because it's going to be a lot of people have to come here and stay, a lot of people in and out, as far as management and planning and those type of folks, and so yeah, we need to. We're engaged right now with some folks. Can't talk about it much, but
Sure.
we can say that we are engaged with some people about lodging, and lodging's going to happen in Rainbow City.
Have you ever talked to Gil Isabel about that? That's a different question.
Yeah, it's different.
Milo's greater than McDonald's, it says.
I like.
It's just a
I like my Milo's.
favorite Thrasher, Trent or Jenny.
Oh,
Oh, that's Jenny.
I don't think that was.
I mean, I like Trent. But,
He's all right.
Yeah, but
he's ish.
Sometimes.
Jenny's nice. I mean, she's sweet. Yeah, she's always got a smile on her face, and she's better looking than Trent. And I don't think anybody's going to argue that.
Nope.
Trent's mama won't argue that.
Nope.
So funny. So funny. Man, I want to on wrong screen. Feel free to interject anything else you want people to know about
Well,
Joe
my favorite
Taylor.
color's green.
Okay. After money, from what I hear. Sorry.
May just be an Irish thing.
Yeah.
How about this? Dream golf foursome. Who would be your three?
Man. Well, it's going to be Tiger Woods. You have to throw him in there. I would want to be able to. I think I would probably want Ben Hogan,
Oh,
my gosh.
just because of reading his books, and that's the guy that teaches you how to place your hands and you can play.
no question.
And I would want to play with Payne Stewart and Phil Mickelson, just because Phil Mickelson is a lefty, and
You want to see
I,
that shot shake.
I want to see that happen
Yeah.
from somebody, and so that would be it.
He went serious on that. See,
Yeah, I'm sorry. I probably should have said Bill.
but that's going to enhance your game.
Yeah,
No.
it is. Yeah, I get a chance to see how they're doing.
I'm going John Daly,
Okay.
but we're playing out of town.
Right.
John Daly.
Well, we got a golf course here. We have to play out of town.
Sorry. Anyway, I digress.
Go ahead, give me your
Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods. Because he can be funny, but also teach you some stuff.
Right.
But also I like how when he plays with people that are novice or golfers, that he shows them up and does it intentionally. I love that part. And I would want to play with Max Homa. Not that he's the best, but I think the personality.
What a good dude.
He
Max
is-
Homa is just.
He's spot on.
I think he's the Joe Taylor of the PGA.
Yeah.
I mean, just a likable,
He is,
super
man.
nice guy.
I'm telling you. And then I would love to bring Lee Trevino over, just because I love hearing.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to say them, but if I hear 4-letter words, sometimes it makes me giggle.
Right. Yeah,
And,
they
and
make
I think
Sometimes.
that's well, I do work with you, so I'm sorry, I didn't mean
No,
Kelly.
that's-
That's not right. I didn't mean that.
That's a fun
What
round.
will be yours, real quick, since we're doing that?
Tiger, Rory. I love Rory. It's my favorite golfer. Michael Jordan.
Oh, but he's not playing less than $100,000. So you
In my dream foursome, he'll do what I tell him to do. And probably Payne Stewart. I love Payne Stewart, man.
he has to wear his knickers, right?
Yeah.
yeah, he has to wear that.
Well, careful.
I've got the.
You know what I said?
I've got the.
You're in Rainbow
I've
City.
got the Cavs to wear knickers.
You do.
I
I
heard.
do. I'm power Cavs.
Somebody say you were. What's the hat that goes with that? You had the full getup. The Ken Overstreet. What's the?
I call them Kangos.
The Kango. It's not Kango, but the
like a bus driver cap.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that.
A cabbie hat.
Yeah, with a cabbie.
hat,
Yeah,
yeah.
cabbie hat.
Could we add Charles Barkley to and add a fifth and just put Charles there?
I would
Just
want
he's
that
one of
because
us?
after that, you would have a lot more fun.
See,
But the pace
You're
of
gonna go
play.
to Fleming's.
But the pace of play with Barkley
Yeah,
is gonna look. DJ Callen
yeah.
beat Charles Barkley.
That's
but you
the-
have
Twice.
a chance not to be the last place.
right.
That's swing though. You got to put a time.
Yeah, something.
Happy Gilmore, someone says. That's so funny.
You're Rainbow City people, right?
Are we truly going to have a Rainbow City High School?
Oh, well, that's a tough one. You know, that's really a
Block the Southside
educational-
people.
it's
Block
a-
the Southside people.
Yeah, it's an educational question more than anything. But the thing about it is the growth of this city is you can say you're growing or you can actually be growing. I can tell you that I'm growing right now, and if you can't prove it, everything that we're doing, we do based on numbers and statistical data that's being gathered, by any number of sources. Even in our master plan, we separated our sources so that we had 4 different firms that were working on a comprehensive plan instead of one. Because they can become cookie cutter. They want everybody's going to grow, everybody's going to build this and have a riverfront or a mountain ski chalet or whatever. You can say you're going to have all those things, and the possibilities of it are very narrow. So you have to go at some catalyst projects.
Yeah.
We know that there are certain things that have to be a part of Rainbow City's fabric within the next 20 years. I'm not saying there's going to be one next week. Obviously not. But I think it's something that has to be looked at. I'm sure it is being by somebody. I don't. But it's not the place for my administration to tell the Etowah County Board of Education how they need to do their business, nor would I ever try. I will say this, in the past, Rainbow City actually voted to have its own school board, its own Board of Education, and that kind of got, I don't know, negotiated away or something happened, and they ended up with Rainbow Middle School. That's kind of how that all kind of laid out. And there's some people here in town that still remember some of the members of that board. And but I don't want that. I will say this. I think we have a very good educational board of education right now. They're effective. They do good work. I mean, you can see that they're beginning to upgrade some facilities and do things like
Thankfully.
that. So I'm for that staying in place, just because for Rainbow City to do its own Board of Education, we're going to strip away from the other from our current board.
wouldn't
And
disagree
that's not good. That's not good business.
All right. I won't tell you who asked this question. Who is your favorite city council member in Rainbow City?
Boy, do I have one.
Yeah.
It's Jameson asked that question, and I don't have to look at my phone to know that. But I like them all for different reasons. I mean, the easiest one I like is quite honestly anybody but Jameson. That's the easy thing. But now
I will accept that answer.
I'll do the hard work, and that's why I can say that I like Jameson Jenkins.
I will accept that answer.
Is there anybody? I know we're trying not to be real serious today because we wanted people to see just Joe Taylor, but is there anybody more encouraging than Jameson? I'll tell you the first time I ever met Jameson Jenkins was on election day, and I pulled in. The hay was in the barn.
I'd gone to eat lunch. I'll be honest with you. Everybody's out there shaking signs and doing all that, and I'm like, either they're going to vote for me or they're not. Me standing in the rain's not going to get them to vote for me.
Yeah.
And, because I don't look good in the rain. And I pull in, and Jameson Jenkins is standing there, you know, and when I walk up, it looks like somebody's cut him, you know, and I get out, and he's white as a ghost, and he says, Mr. Taylor, he said, can I talk to you for a minute? He's going to kill me for this. But I said, sure. And one of the other candidates had told him, you can't stand on this side of the road. You got to go to the other side of the road. And it was, you know, of course, you got all that going on where everybody's hurt everybody's feelings. And I was just glad that me and Terry John didn't attack each other. It just made it to where I could still talk to him. But they were kind of in a little bit of a spat. And he said, he told me to get across the road. And I went, really? And so I went over and talked to the guy, and I said, hey, man, that's a kid, you know. And you got to think, Jameson's, you know, in his mid-20s now.
Yeah, that was
3 years ago, he was seriously a kid, you know. And he just started shaving. There was a lot of things going. He was going through a lot of trauma there, you know, of putting a blade close to his neck. And we ended up, I walked back over there to him, and he said, what do you think I ought to do? I said, I think you need to get across the road. And he did, and of course, he ended up being the council member for that place. But they couldn't have chosen a better guy.
I agree.
Jameson Jenkins is not only an encourager to each of us, you know, he's got a degree in local government from Auburn University, and he's just the guy that I have that with all of my council members. I can dish them a little project, and I can just ask them to think about something. And I can just ask them to think about something, and they'll do their work. You know, they do due diligence for me, and then we get back together and figure out if it even makes any sense. And I get the same thing out of Anita Bedwell. And, you know,
she's brilliant.
Clark's on our library board. He'll sit on any board I ask him to, and he kind of engulfs himself into that.
Yeah.
So, Randy Weiss is he's our soccer and recreation guy. He's our education guy, and then Jeff Prince is our mayor pro tem, and Jeff spends a lot of his time really like occupying space for me. You know, some of these places, you know, I'll get double booked. I'm double booked, I think, for Thursday with the ALDOT director and John Jones Elementary School, you know, where we're going to cut a little ribbon on some things there. Well, that's equally as important. So I've had to ask if I can slide my meeting with the ALDOT director forward, you know, just so that I can make sure that I'm there for those kids. And I think that's not making me great. It's just they ask first, you know. So that's the thing that we have to do, and I have to use Jeff a lot to go in and stand in for me, and he does a good job.
Good dude.
He's not as nice looking.
Well, that's not even a question. Would that
No,
even come up? I mean, look at that.
Yeah, that's right. I mean,
God.
but I can send Jeff, you know, as long as it's not a windy day, because Jeff's got cool hair, and if that wind hits
what
that
in
hair,
the Kent back?
That is
Yes.
not that is not a Martin suit. I'm gonna tell you that.
That's not a Martin suit.
I promise you. That may be the suit that I bought to be buried in when they cut me down. You know,
That's so fun. All right, so if we all know that the Rainbow City is not perfect, I didn't know that
Who said
Rainbow City
that?
wasn't perfect.
Who said that?
But if you could change one thing about Rainbow City right now, what would it be?
it would be. I think it would be for every municipality, and I'm going to kind of take the more gallant way out here. I would want that the municipalities had true home rule. And take that away from our legislative delegation, because we do become slaves to what's going on in Montgomery at times, you know, where we're opposing our senators, we're opposing our House of Representative members, and I'm not saying that right now because we have great relationships with them. I spent time yesterday with some of our legislators, you know, with Mike Rogers and also with Andrew Jones, and those guys. They have a job to do, and to ask me what would be best for the cities, it would be for us to have true home rule.
Sorry, great golf foursome just came through. Smokes Gladys Math.
Oh yeah, that would.
Dude,
Be,
that would be fun.
that'd be a lot of fun.
Whew.
That's a good one.
That's a long round because y'all start talking some baseball there.
Yeah,
But there's a lot. See, they smoke cigars. I don't think I could do it.
Yeah.
I couldn't
Smell
be. Yeah.
it makes me sick in the stomach.
Yeah, I couldn't do it.
All right, let's just go through some great questions that I can't ask. I wish I could.
I wish you could. You can ask him. I mean, I just
No, I can't even. My wife probably watching. I can't ask somebody. I can't ask somebody. Let's see.
It's never stopped you before, though. I mean, wow.
That's fair.
Have you turned over?
I mean,
You leave.
Favorite NFL football team?
oh man, you know I like the Chiefs just because
Bandwagon.
I'm a Swiftie, you know. But I was always a Dallas.
That's so good.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You
That's
can't be
so
around
good.
this many girls at my house and not like
Swiftie.
Taylor Swift. I mean, it'll just grow on you. But I'm probably more of Dallas Cowboys
Come
fan,
on.
and I just can't get them to win. You know, and so I just hold on to the Cowboys. You know, I still remember Newsom. You know, I mean,
Sure.
that's my guy. That's my Dallas team.
Yeah. You know, when I hear the song "We Them Boys," I think of Joe
Yeah,
Taylor
That's right.
and Jeff Underwood.
I hate you.
Thank you for
Just
that.
want you to know I hate your guts.
Can Rainbows? This is a great question.
Yeah.
Pay attention to this question.
Sure.
What can Rainbow City do to get a minor league baseball team? That's a great question.
First, we would have to be willing to build the facilities, which you know.
Vivian Lee's looking mighty good.
Oh yeah, but I can say this: we got the property for it. If we had the person to come in and develop, I can promise you that.
That'd be great. Minor league baseball in Rainbow City.
Yeah, I'd love that.
You could play like the Bananas and those guys.
Oh yeah.
That'd be fun.
The Savannah Bananas.
Dude, we got the characters in Rainbow City that you could put that team
Oh
together.
yeah.
There's no question.
And there's some athletes over here. Jerry could manage it.
I can manage.
You can manage it.
I can manage to get there on time.
That's right.
That's
I don't
I'm
know.
always on time.
That's true. But if you're having to wait on Kelly to get ready, are you?
I'm always no. My wife's always late, Joe.
Is she?
Always late, and she blames traffic.
Oh.
We live on Waldron.
Okay, serious business though. This morning, Rachel sends me a text and says, one lane of traffic from John Jones out to the intersection takes 10 minutes. And I said, okay, Rachel, the first thing that I did when I came into office was go to see the ALDOT director to get this road widened so that we would have a center turn lane and deceleration lanes at the schools and all this kind of stuff. And, you know, Rome wasn't built in a day. And she was like, yeah, but you heard what I said. Well, okay, you know, but I still can't fix it. You know, y'all don't realize how much pressure I'm getting from both ends. You know,
I am
it's
sure.
It's just
I'm
continual.
sure. Yeah.
Because she's the constitutional monitor for this area. She'll let you know.
So
you
what-
made a promise, fulfill that promise.
What about Rachel Appreciation Day?
Rachel's appreciated every day.
That's every day.
That chick's rolling.
When can we start appreciating her as a city?
Yeah, I think this city does. I think this city knows that we're strong in the first lady position, and you know if something were to happen to me, let's be honest, Rachel's probably the best pick. You know she's a banker. She understands how the world works. You know she's got some life under her belt. You know and she's good looking.
Dude, that would be a great.
It'd be a mayor upgrade for sure.
When you get to the point
Jerry
that you're
does that.
I
You know, I've been sitting here trying to play the game. You know, and now he's going to go dirty.
Wait, did you think he was not?
Look,
going to?
I knew it.
Here's why I put her way up here.
Okay.
She's from Tala. Tala folks stick together. That's all I'm saying.
That's true.
We may live in Rainbow City. We a Tala.
Oh yeah.
So sorry.
So that you can't get Tala out.
No, you don't. I can tell you that won't even breed out.
Can't do it. I can't do it.
That Dallas in
That
there.
is passed down from generation to generation.
So Dallas equals America's disappointment.
Oh, shut up.
I'm just reading it.
White people.
I'm just reading it.
Oh, gotta be hating.
They gotta kill me. I'm just
So,
reading it.
can we get Rachel to when you decide in many years?
Yeah.
To okay, I'm done. I think Rachel will be the one that steps up.
Slide in.
Come on.
It'd be a no nonsense administration.
Absolutely.
It would.
There's no fluff with that one.
No.
Awesome.
It's what you see is what you get. I mean, she had to walk away at the Mayor's Association where somebody was talking about some sort of legislation, and she had to turn and walk away from him. She said, "Yeah, I'm not going to talk about that." You know, because she had that opinion, and she thought, well, you know, if I float that opinion out, it's probably not going to go well, and it's going to affect Joe. And she tries to.
She'll cut you.
She almost knows how to be quiet. I'll think about that.
I'm just gonna.
Just wait.
Almost. Is she watching? So
Yeah, I'd go back. Okay. Oh, this is a good question. This is a good question.
probably not.
No, she comments normally.
Does she?
I think this is good. Talk about why Pancake Day in Rainbow City is so important.
Well, I think we still have that. I went to Pancake Day that they did over at the venue, and that's always such a cool time.
It is.
I miss it being at Convention Hall,
Yeah.
because it's so nostalgic, But our Pancake Day is truly like a family reunion, where people are coming in and families are sitting together, and then they'll come in and they'll go, oh, well, we'll sit with you, and it's just such a cool time. The city council does all of the cooking. Or most all of the cooking. Anita Bedwell and Jeff Bedwell, they do the gravy and they make the pancake batter. Myself and I'll say with Jameson's help, it's not a lot of help.
Sous chef ?
Yeah, he's more of a sous chef to me, but not a very good one. It's a good thing he carries a gun for a living. But
He carries a gun and a dog.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he even has to carry a dog. But and I don't know who's protecting who in that deal. But we just go there and have a good time, and we get to cook a few thousand pancakes and put it out to all of our neighbors, and it's just it's a great time.
I remember
it's a family reunion.
From last year, I remember someone saying that you hold the record now for the amount of pancakes cooked.
That's true.
That came up last.
That's true. Yeah, I think I beat Jameson by it was 65-70%. It was bad.
That's a blowout.
That's not even.
Why even try to cook anymore, Councilman?
Well,
he apparently Jameson cooks pancakes faster than you.
Well, I mean, he turns his grill up and then they taste real dry. So,
Maybe that's a challenge. We'll have a pancake day here prior. How can people get tickets to that? Just by
they're sold at City Hall, and they can contact the mayor of Brittles Bend, Kenneth Payne, or any member of the club.
So they still do mops and brooms.
They
nuts.
still do mops and brooms. They do the pecans and all the little treats for Christmas time, and we just. And we can't support those people enough because they really do pour it right back into the community, and Kenneth's just their front man and their ambassador for Rainbow City.
I can't tell you how many times I got hit with a Kiwanis broom by my mother growing up. It was the only broom in the house was a Kiwanis broom.
Dude, those brooms don't break either.
No, and that's the thing about them is they don't have any breakaway points, so they're going to knock you back.
Oh, Jameson, that hurts. Ask Joe about those mops.
Jameson, he thinks he's cute. Last night on the council meeting, Jameson said something to Kenneth, and he was being cute, and it's a good thing he is young. And we set him in a little riser high chair, and he was setting up tall last night, and he got to tell Kenneth that he wanted to buy one of those mops because when we were doing Pancake Day, he was planning on mopping the floor with me, and
That's good.
Oh, that went over with some of the older people in the crowd, but that's just because they like young whippersnappers,
That's so funny. All right.
The best thing about Jameson Jenkins is his wife.
Oh, there's no question.
If he didn't have that, I'm sorry, that dude could roll up. And now he's got Will, and we try to go out to dinner. Probably once a week, every 2 weeks or something like that. And Will has now told his mom, he can't talk yet, but he relates it in his own way, that he wants to dress like Papa Joe. And so that's what we do. If I'm wearing oxford cloth, Will's going to be in his light blue. That's just the way it works.
I think it goes without saying.
It does.
It goes without
So you're
saying.
saying you dress like a... Never mind. Hey, tell people... It is not the city's responsibility. And I'm going to speak for you, and you can reiterate this.
He will.
The reason those yellow things are in the middle of the road there is to deter crazy people from making a turn that's super dangerous into Dunkin' Donuts.
Yes.
Okay. So
I think, and that's an ALDOT decision.
Yes.
When somebody decides to build on the side of the road, they have to go to ALDOT to get permission to be able to enter, entrance and egress. And that section is going to get better and better because we've got some grant money, about almost $2 million going to be spent on Church Street and relieving the pressure off of the intersection. But and I think that a lot of people believe that those things are not good. it's kind of hard for me to believe that AlDOT has about 500 traffic engineers that study that stuff to the umpteenth degree. And for me to believe the person that goes 45 in a 60 mile an hour zone in the left lane is supposed to make these decisions for us, I'm not going to go with that. I'm going to go with it.
Fair.
That AlDOT's willing to take the pressure and say that we're out here saving lives. I will say this, since those have gone in, it has cut our traffic accidents in our intersection down to almost nothing.
Wow.
And so we can't say they don't know what they're doing. Now, do we hate change? We all hate change.
Sure.
Do we think that we've got a better idea? I thought I had a better idea, but it was going to require us to have somebody standing in the center of the road to tell me that I can go. But that's just not the way it works. We were asked about moving a tree that was on the side of the road, and that takes me having to get permitting from AlDOT, and it's because they want to make sure what's being done on that right of way is appropriate and remains and allows the roadway to remain safe. And and I have a great relationship with Cody and Cody Adams and David Scruggs at AlDOT that they allow us to pick up some things, some deadfall, different things like that, and they don't have to, but and it seems like they're giving me permission to do their work, but that's really not what they're doing. They're allowing us to go through and clean up our roadways and make things safer. But that does take permitting, It takes
So, whatever you do back here on the river, right? You need permission. You just can't go and just clear
that's
and
correct.
without. Oh,
Yeah.
I've read that somewhere. I wasn't sure.
Somebody said it. I don't know.
Yeah. What a good show.
Yeah,
today.
we just
And
did.
when are we going to be able to turn left on Church Street?
Oh,
Off of Church Street.
yeah. Well, I'm telling you, you're about to be able to turn left coming out of Church Street onto 77.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. That's well. Let's see. They're doing they did the core drilling already. They're the utility relocation. Of course, everybody should have noticed by now. They're doing utility relocation not only for this road project but for that road project as well. And those are two separate ones. That's about $11 million combined that's being spent in our city. If you look at that, just the amount of money that's coming in at the mega site, there's an influx of money being spent on our infrastructure that's somewhere around $60 million. That's a lot of money being spent in this small city to make sure that our infrastructure doesn't do what's happening everywhere in the United States, especially in the South, and that is being at a point of degradation that you're going to have to dig everything up.
Yeah.
We're going back in and doing that forward thinking, that forward look, and planning to make sure that we can get to the future.
So what that says to me is that you're not just talking about growing, that the people, that the powers that be see that is happening in Rainbow City. So let's go ahead and take care of the issues.
They do. I mean, I just got back from D.C. just a few weeks ago, and and they know what we're doing here. They know about the near mega site. They know that Rainbow City needs certain things to be able to grow with that. And it creates a buzz from there all the way back to our state house and then back up here. Our Department of Commerce is, we're well engaged with them. We're very engaged with ADECA, and Kenneth Boswell. He's become a friend of Rainbow City's, and he shows up and gives us a little bit of money from time to time to make sure that
Praise
we
God.
have an opportunity to do sewer exchange. That's one of the things that we've got a new sewer manager. You need to have him on, Brian Purcell, and Brian came from a neighboring city and came down here to kind of become the manager of our water and sewer department, and he's doing an incredible job with that. But one of the things that I'm able to do is that I can ask for appropriation on behalf of that water and sewer board, and which makes it very good. It's a good relationship because he can go after certain types of money. I can go after certain types of money, but that money goes all in the ground for us, for everybody that's a resident. And that was a great hire. Our water board has been patient to find the right guy, and I'm telling you, they hired the right guy in Brian.
Heck yeah. Lastly, and then I'm done. Lights to the Vivian Lee Maddox.
Yes.
That's huge.
It is. We looked at some lighting opportunities, where we needed to spend some money. We knew that Vivian, the lighting program down there was beginning to be just at a point of degrading so fast that we couldn't keep up with it. And so Philip and I, we met over the last few months. We've been meeting continuously to figure out what direction we're going to go in. We have our own electrician in Jim Stewart. Jim's an incredible electrician, talented guy, and we brought Jim in and said, Jim, can you do this? And we had bought a lift. We'd done some things, trying to plan up not only for that, but just for maintenance of our recreation areas. And we were able to purchase a lift a few months ago. And then Jim said, yeah, I've got everything that I need. Might need a couple of specialty tools, which we can get. But in doing that, we had an initial bid of about $540,000 to be able to put that lighting just at Vivian Lee on the 4 fields, just the complex itself. But we knew we needed lighting at some of our practice locations at Pioneer. And so we're going to be able to do all of that for somewhere around $200,000. Jim Stewart's going to save us $350,000, and I'm sorry to do that. And also, he'll take care of all the light switches in the buildings and do our maintenance. He does all our closed circuit cameras. That guy's worth his weight in gold.
Well, hire that done. Contract that out.
Oh yeah,
it's stupid.
Yeah, it's hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Money.
I think it's smart. It's great.
Yeah, he's a great asset to the city.
Heck yeah. That's all for me.
That's
Never
it.
mind.
Man,
We're
fun.
done?
I enjoyed that.
Man, that was quick.
That's good. Not quick.
Was it not?
Almost 47 minutes
Oh,
in.
wow. Yeah, that's
but
too
time
much.
Good
flies
time.
when
It was
you're
good
having
time.
fun, right?
Thanks
The
for the
mayor-
sponsors.
Yes, thank you guys for sponsoring us. Clinic 5, Hyundai of Gadsden, Rainbow City, really. Let's just put it that way. I know y'all sign says one thing, but it's Rainbow City. Choice Fabricators, thank you guys for everything you do for our community. Exchange Bank, you know what you do. You guys are amazing. If you want to look for a hometown bank that does it big, on a big scale, it's Exchange Bank. Go out there and see them and move your money to Exchange Bank. Any Exchange Bank, they'll take you. And then the city of Rainbow City. We can't thank you guys enough for what y'all do for us. All right, stay close, stay clean, Rainbow